Hello, people of the internet. This is my 1996 Infiniti G20. I bought this car in November of 2014, and it had around 129,000 miles on it. Currently, it has 149. So in the last 7 years, I put 20,000 miles on this car. Definitely not a lot, but it's also just a beater. And normally the car is not this clean. This is by no means clean, but I almost never wash this car, and today I decided to hand wash it. And as you can see from not washing the car for so long, the paint got a little messed up with all the tree sap and everything. But like I said, because it's a beater, we didn't care too much. Now when I bought it, it was salvage title. It got hit over here, and you can see that this bumper just hangs around. It also had a bunch of black marks over here, which I actually kind of got some of it off, and it did take away the clear coat. And then while I owned it, someone hit me over here and they ran, so I don't know who hit me, but this is the ugly side of the car. If we go over to the other side, this side looks perfect. Now when I bought the car, I was surprised that there's actually a big following for it. A lot of people actually love this car. Unfortunately, they like the manual version and mine is the automatic. But it's still a great car, good beater car to have. I call it a beater, but I still really enjoy it. The one thing that I hate about it is there's no cup holders. If you look around, there's no cup holders anywhere. So what I did is I actually bought this thing. So there's a cup holder phone mount that goes on the AC. There's supposed to be another one of those here, and it just clips in over here. But as you can see, I hit it over the years and broke off parts of the AC, so I have to keep putting it onto different parts. And some of these I actually super glued back together, if you can see that. Other than that, there's nothing wrong with this car. Everything works, no check engine light. All I've done throughout the years is change the oil and rotate the tires. Hold that thought. Right after I filmed this, my car started making this noise. So it turns out that was just something probably in my brakes or like in between the wheels somewhere. I just drove around for a little bit and it ended up coming out, and now it drives perfect again. Car is now at 150,000 miles, which is basically my goal for it, especially given the condition. So I know I said it was in basically perfect condition with everything working, but I brought it to the Infiniti dealership, got an oil change, and I went there just because I wanted a multi-point inspection. So as you can see, they inspected all this stuff, and they actually found that there's a lot of work that the car needs. But I mean, I didn't do them, and it still drives. It could be more unsafe. I might eventually fix it, or might just sell the car. We don't know. But if we look at what's wrong, it needs $3,400 worth of work. So things that it needs, the power steering fluid. This is leaking. I do refill it every so often, but it doesn't leak that much to where it actually annoys me, and I never see drips under the car. So they say to replace the power steering fluid and the hoses. And then I also do have an engine oil leak. I noticed this after going camping. I might have bottomed out a while ago, not entirely sure, but there are multiple places where it's leaking, so it's not just from that. And they wanted $210 for that. That won't even fix it, but it's just to figure out where it's from. This is something that I probably should do, but I need to replace the lower ball joint. All the suspension parts on this car are probably original. It does feel old. So this is definitely something that I should fix. And they wanted $663 for that. They wanted spark plugs, just based on time, I believe. And then front wheel alignment. Well, before I bought the car, they actually did get the wheels aligned, so I don't think I actually needed this. 4 new tires, yes. When I went in, it was actually bald, so I did put on 4 new tires. Fuel injector cleaning, um, outer tie rod end, also suspension related, outer tie rod end, and fuel injection cleaning again, and then a system cooling flush. So that's all the work that this car supposedly needs, and I did do some of them, but obviously not at the dealership.
And so that's my first car, this tiny little Infiniti with no cup holders. And if you want to see how dirty it normally is, here's a picture.